Pepper Zeka. My name's Andre, and it's good to have you guys with us this evening. Thank you so very, very much for tuning in. I do apologize if I'm a little late. I'm trying to think of content, and I'm stressing a bit tonight because I don't have too much content at all. Yeah, let's. I don't have a theme for tonight, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what am I grateful for? But yeah, before we get to that, let's say hello to our absolutely stunning lady in waiting, White Zulu Fiona. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Debbie Murray, how are you keeping? Buzzy, my right hand. Thank you very, very much there for being here. Debbie, Nick Miller. Hello, Nick. How are you keeping? And then I have Hendo. Is it? Has Andre fallen out of bed yet to do the live stream? Jeez, not one word, not one line of criticism. He goes into three critical strikes there. Thank you very much, Henda. My wife, Ina, no more swearing. Got Henda is like Andres on Africa. You are roasting me, buddy. You are roasting me. DVD, how's it going, buddy? Always good to see you online as well. No, and yeah, Nick. So, how's it going, guys? How are you keeping? How's the week been? My week's been good. Um, I don't want to say it's been busy, but it's been a good uncomfortable week, and I'm uncomfortable because you worry about things that you've done and haven't done. Because when you actually get things right and you do things and you plan things and you put things together, and all of a sudden there's nothing more to do because it's there, then you worry because there's nothing more to do. Hendo says quiet week or quite a week, but it seemed to be quiet week. Yeah, no, for a change. I haven't. Let me just take that there. I haven't had uh, a, a quiet week. I've been busy, but normal busy, as you would say. It's been hectic. We've had a public holiday. I don't know. I think you had it in South Africa as well. On Wednesday was National Women's Day. What did you do for women on Wednesday? I allowed my wife out of the kitchen. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. I what did I? Oh, yes, I did. I bought her a box of the little chocolates. You know, the Whispers. Those little things. They're like little crunchy like thingies on the inside. Yeah, they work well. So yeah, and I had my hair cut, but they didn't really have time or space for the beard trim. So that's still the Grizzly Adams look. Grizzly Adams look over there. So wow. Uh, oh wow, Fiona, that's fantastic. Whoops. There we go. I'm taking delivery of an electrically powered wheelchair on the 5th of April. Just heard, and I'm stoked. Oh, super shot. We can get it tuned by the Fast and the Furious, Vin Diesel and his team, and you can be speeding off as what's that? What was that movie? If any of you are old around here, you remember a movie called Heart Like a Wheel, the Chacha Maldani story. If you didn't, it's great. It's the first woman who used to race dragsters, the funny car dragsters. Very, very nice movie called Heart Like a Wheel. If you've ever seen it, give your age away and tell me. Uh, there you go. No, ours 9th of August. We do Women's and Mother's Day separately. Well, we do Women's and Mother's Day separately, but it was International Women's Day on Wednesday, so we had a public holiday. So we got to stay home. uh, what's it? Get content. Get angry Santa. Do the Cambodia genocide live stream still? Yeah, I actually need to get hold of Chris White. My slack ass hasn't done anything like that, but he's becoming so popular that I think he's maybe too important for this little stream over here on this side of here. I mean, would he really come into my stream these days? Because he's climbed to great heights these days. So I don't know. Fiona wants to go cruising in the snow. Yeah, we can get fit James Bond skis to it and stuff like that. Fiona, one of these days. Fiona Tibbs. Hello, Pastor Carl. How are you keeping today? Lovely to see you. Yes, he's coming to check up on who has been watching the church stream, the city church stream, which was up today as well. And I don't know if anybody saw it. I actually was busy. We had a friend over today. He's just moved into the beret. He's got a sort of a shop house over here, and he has not too much in and not too many people around, family and that. And it's his birthday today, so we all dashed off to the dollar store to go and get some mugs and glasses and everything for him for his place. And we bought him some cactus plants because he wants to start growing cacti and things like that. And had him over for birthday, so I actually just ran the stream quickly myself. But yeah. But welcome, Coral. Thank you very much for being there. It seems like everyone's happy to see you. Oh, Debbie actually watched it. There we go. Thank you, Coral. Very good message today. Thank you. Keeping the bird nest out of your mind. Yeah, I watched that last bit, and I was actually chatting with someone just before as well about your focus. So I can't actually talk too much on it because I have not done that part today, and unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not ahead of you. At the moment, I am on the same, I should say, level as what you are with the city church. So every second week, what you get, I get. I'm not ahead of you. Grow thorny bushes. I don't know what's Hendo with thorny bushes here. I don't know what Hendo's got thorny bushes. Before I take a look at, yeah, but we were looking at what do you focus on? What are you grateful for today? And my actual thought is, tell me, did you get out of a warm bed this morning? Whether it was warm from the sunshine and the heat around you, or did you pick your pillow up? Pick your pillow up. Did you spit your pillow out this morning after eating a marshmallow in your dreams? No, I'm kidding. Did you take your head off a pillow this morning and stand up off a bed? Hello, Anna Marie. How are you keeping? Nice to see you here. So yeah. But before what you're watching, quickly, what you're watching, Chris, Africa, yeah, Chris Wyatt, Africa, Colonel Chris Wyatt, Africa, retired. And yes, if I can pull my finger out of my ear, I might actually get to speak to Chris before things are a little bit late and see what's happening there. But if you want to know what's happening in South Africa, the news, the views, and the stories behind it, and the actual being called a spade, there is nobody better than your retired Colonel Chris Wyatt, who has a multitude of knowledge and insight and keeps up to date with everything that has, worldwide, but most definitely in South Africa. And you can get him on Colonel Chris Wyatt, Africa. Then he also has a passion for rugby, and you can catch him on Rugby Ascendant, where you will find him doing most of the rugby matches, especially with South Africa, in doing commentation, not showing the match, but doing commentation for the match. So if you find a match to watch, you can actually grab him there. And he's also got some interesting interviews and meets with people as well. Then, of course, our best Bay buddy, Baywatch. Mike, what's it? Hasselhoff, David Hasselhoff's counterpart in South Africa. Baywatch buddy, Nelson Mandela Bay, Ronaldo Gous. He's Viking Bay. I don't know, I haven't seen him just lately. I have not done too much watching. I actually was watching Chris the other evening, actually. But yes, don't forget him. He's actually got such entertaining and interesting views and news in his videos. I think when was the last one I did take a look? Okay, I haven't seen it. I was looking at this one. I need to actually watch these two. You'll see one's an hour old and one's a day old. But the university students that are being such a bunch of absolute thugs again. It's ridiculous. Cameron, how's it going? You're on a laptop. Oh, crumbs, Cameron. Sorry, I'm on a laptop mic again. Let me just see if I can actually sort this mic out. Camera, Logitech, camera resolution, audio, microphone. No. Actually, my microphone is correct. So please tell me if there's a sound problem. I don't know where to turn it up or anything like that. Maybe I've just turned it wrong. Try and pick it up a bit. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 0 Charlie Bravo. Kom in ons is sonder bier. Beer needed. I don't know. I really have got it on my normal microphone. So yeah, maybe it's because that's webcam, microphone, HD webcam. Yeah, this is the only one. The rest is all webcam one. But yeah, so hopefully you can hear me a little bit better now. If I pick up the mic a bit and swing it about around about this way. What's Endo say? Endo says EFF KFC going to get moved on the 20th nationwide. They changed to the 20th now apparently. Yeah. Get moved on the 20th nationwide shutdown. Get the SAP's water cannon ready. Yeah, and don't forget to make it blue water, hey? The DA will be most unimpressed if you don't use blue water. I'll get the popcorn to watch them get moved. Anyway, welcome, Cameron. Always good to see you. More like David Dusseldorf. Ronaldo Hasselmore. Yeah, he's just living up to the channel's name. Go chat. Sorry, I hope you can hear me better now. Thanks, Cam, for pricking that up. What Sender says, needs slight tuning, sound not biggie. Maybe it's because I'm actually speaking inwards. I'm like, bleh. But yeah, don't forget to tune into our favorite Baywatch dude. I nearly said babe. He'd really be distressed because he's trying to look very dudeish with his Viking visuals over there. Ronaldo host, do tune into his channel. Then we have our very own Benoni from Benoni Poloni, Rebellious Roof. She's got some in there. I have not taken a look at her. There's 2 weeks ago, South Africa in decay. Who do they blame now? Limitless journey of self-determination, trafficking with wildlife. I really need to get some guests on, but I don't know. I think you guys are more interesting than guests. We can take a look at that. Nick is that half Afrikaner, distant cousin, but is that half Afrikaner? Yeah. Ronaldo Düsseldorf, Baywatch. No, I'm kidding. Ronaldo, I'm really giving him beans, and it's not even his fault. Yeah, I need slight tuning of the mic. Maybe I should just be talking louder. And then, of course, who I've been finding interesting late is our very friends Morning Shot. They've actually been a little bit more active lately, and I've been enjoying it. I still want to know if those two have South African passports, but anyway, none of my business, I suppose. But then we have our very, very elegant lady in waiting, and the latest one was one day ago, Fiona Tim's White Salute, Chapter 39, a big shock at college. Collage. And I just love the way you narrate it. It is absolutely, absolutely stunning. And being on YouTube, it's an absolute testament to you in a book. And if you want to know more about White Zulus, you've subscribed there and you want to know a little bit more and see a little bit more, then you can go and take a look at whitezulubook.com, not just www.whitezulubook.com. You'll find the story of a misplaced South African. And there's Fiona and her teddy, whose name I've forgotten again. Let's go to Gallery 8 and let's see what gallantry we'll find here. The History Book of Natal. Dad, mother, aunt, and child on the new Ferrari. And the family, many sons. Seems like some kind of polo tournament. Why do I think it's polo? Because it's the only time they wear these big check shirts is in polo tournaments. And then the police officer and his wife and their little dog. But yes, enjoy, take care. Don't forget to subscribe to them. What do we got? White Zulu's just a bookworm worse than Benny Bookworm. What's Nick say? Yes, aka the Dorf. Yeah, Ardendorf. Yeah, I haven't seen old David Hasselhoff in a while. He used to be like, no one's as cool as I am. What's the other one? Old Jack Sparrow. Jy's cool, maar dis ekker. Oh, jeez, I can't stand that, man. I don't know why I'm even getting that song in my head, but yeah. White Zulu says was also going to say a brilliant informative stream from Ruth, most hosted with Ashwell Glasson, says Debbie. Well, there we go. Don't forget to catch Ruthie then. Nick Miller, much better looking, Hendo. Hendo, we've got to see how good you look. I don't know. I haven't been through. There's White Zulu's link to latest video upload. Don't forget to go and subscribe. I'm using my laptop mic. I'm not using my laptop mic. I'm using this mic. I don't know why. You're still saying laptop mic. Okay, does this sound better? Does this sound better, guys? Cam, I'm waiting for your reply there. I think I solved the problem. I had my headphones mic jacked in. Yes. I was sounding so far away. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I had my headphones mic jacked in. 100% better. Thank you very much. Cam, I couldn't figure out why, and my mic was right and everything. But yeah, it was. So I was actually speaking through my earphones mic over there. 100% true. How are you coming? How are you keeping? Well done. Okay, so now you can actually hear this voice droning on in your ears with all its glory. Yes. Oh, man. Sorry about that. It was my earphones mic that was in there. I was using the earphones the other day. And so now I can at least tell you where to go in and what. Oh, sorry about that. You must have had a terrible time trying to hear me waffle through that wonderful stuff. But yeah. What's White Zulu say? Hi, yes, everyone. The latest chapter of my book just landed, uploaded, chapter 39. A big shock at college. College can be shocking to many people sometimes. Fire the tech oak. Yeah, I think so. Honey, you're fired. No, thank you, Hinda. No, I'm kidding. I couldn't understand why. And as I looked up, I saw the mic jack in, and I thought, oh, that's exactly what Cameron's talking about. Because he's saying, you're on your laptop mic. And I'm like, I don't have a laptop. My wife took it to work and never brought it back again. She kidnapped my laptop. It's terrible. But yeah, so Chris White was on the last live stream. He was. I hope he enjoyed it because I was, you know me, I just end up waffling. It's just been Women's Day. Be nice. You had a day off. Yeah, I had a day off because it was International Women's Day. My wife is a local, hey? It's not international. That's why you guys don't have International Women's Day because you women are all local. My wife is international over here, so that's why I bought her a box of chockies. But yeah, Alfruant is here. Hey. Jammer, niet so jammer soos ons nie, broer. But otherwise, we're still happy. But yeah, so you woke up today, you woke up this morning, and we were looking, throws the wife under the bus. Tuck, tuck. Yeah, there are no buses here. We throw them under the tuk-tuk. But yeah, so you woke up in a warm bed this morning, whether there was hot air outside or whether you were under your duvet, all depends. I woke up under my duvet this morning because I forgot the aircon on all night, and I was like, it's cold this morning. And yeah, and you picked your head up off a nice pillow, whether it was soft or whether it was not, or whether it was rather wet from you drooling throughout the whole night. You tended to get off more than a hard pavement or a ground area. So what are we focusing on? Would you work on would you work on it? Just hang on. Would you work on it again if you had the opportunity? Work on what? Don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, sorry, 100% truth. Hello, did I miss something? Would I work on it again? Go back up. I don't know. Sporting an Easter Kojak lollipop hairstyle, but I'm going back. I've probably missed a lot of you guys. I do apologize. I hate it when people end up missing in the chats because I know I'm like chatting and I'm chatting and I'm chatting and no bloody bugger will actually see my chat. Let me see if I can go into here as well. But I just need to turn down my volume so that I don't hear anything. Otherwise, we're going to have like major feedbacks. So I can see when you guys actually put my name, like that little @ sign, that it throws like an orange halo around you, etc., etc. Then I can see there as well. 8 likes. Oh wow! I'm not used to likes anymore. I think I knotted my neck last night. It hurts today. You see, I told you. Did you get up off a pillow? But Alpha One does yoga in his sleep. We're not going to mention that it's the Kama Sutra, but it's yoga. Yeah, it's yoga, and Alpha One sticking to that. Hey, Mrs. Rwan's very happy this morning. Right, one round. What's going to snow? Welcome to Kaboter. Handping, what? Handping waving. Oh, they'll be doing a waving thing. Who's Linda? Linda! Hello! Missed you! Big hug! How's it going? Right, what inspired you to connect with them? What inspired me to connect with who? No, what inspired me to connect with who? I'm not too sure. I connect with everybody that I can, and I love these people because they can listen to me even though I'm talking bananas all night. And I'm actually just getting to the point where I actually only caught the last bit of Pastor Carl's service today, little message, and it said, you need to focus. It depends on what you're focusing on, the garbage in, the garbage out. And I'm like thinking, like, garbage in, gratefulness out. I still have that thing that's stuck in. You know what? I sometimes when I'm upset, I'm like, what am I grateful for today? If, it's bad if you did it in your sleep, Alfred. Cameron says the municipality has arrived to fix our electricity issues. Really? They've solved load shedding in your area? You've got a damn good municipality. Why do his messages move you? Because they move me because I see a certain truth in them, and I enjoy them very, very much. And he's actually pretty casual about it, and I've also spent a lot of time with him, and I do know that he's pretty much got good insight, and it's a generality which actually leaves you to make up your mind in the end as well. So and a lot of things just work in I should say in truth. I mean, if you take a look at garbage in, garbage out, and this is what I've spoken about before many times, is what you surround yourself is what you're going to absorb. If you put a sponge into dirty water, it's not going to take in roses or lovely Radox infused water. It's going to take in grease, grime, and all that wonderful stuff. And that is what you're going to get when you squeeze it out. And it's exactly what you get out of people when you put yourself down in whatever area, whatever region that you put yourself in. You're going to squeeze that back out of yourself. So it's what you take in. And yes, I agree that sometimes you are not able to put yourself in a different place, but then you still got to be careful about what you take in. I am placed between challenging people every day, and it challenges myself to take a look at what I'm about to put out as well. What else I'm going to say? What I want to say is what I put out, because sometimes you can end up talking about Dylan Kombrink, dag sê oom. Hendo, Dylan's greeting you, bro. He's tuning you, you're a oom. How's it, Dylan? How are you keeping? Nice to have you on the show. Thanks, White Salutes. I'm trying to get through everybody and not. Above all else, guard your heart. Oh, there we go. That was the other thing. Above all else, guard your heart. For everything you do flows from it, because what you think becomes your actions. There we go. Thank you very much, Debbie. And hello, Linda. You're not late. You're always fashionably on time. I have 6 months left in my contract in Korea before I leave for China. That's phenomenal. I've actually taken a look at a few things in China. My friend, there's absolutely amazing schools there. And there are some really fabulous, what would I say, values and what's the other word I'm looking for? Attributes, I would say, in the schools there. Absolutely amazing. So if you've had, I have not had the opportunity to look at or have actually done any research in Korea, but China,
I have actually researched a few things there, and it is amazing, amazing. So all the best with 6 months there, 100%. And if you do go to China, I think you are going to have an absolutely awesome surprise at the magnitude there. Although I think Korea's got really good standards as well. I think everyone is interested. What's it? Everyone interpretation of message is different. So most of us gets a message from it. Yeah, that's what I say. You got to take a look. Guarding your heart. I think that's what gets hurt a lot of the times. Don't you ever get heart sore? I get so heart sore. We got 14 people on 11 likes. This is freaking amazing. And they're coming down the left-hand strike with like number 11, just moving down the right-hand side with Rhapsody's footsteps coming up, crawling into the middle while there's Jamaican Rumba. Jamaican Rumba's moving through. Remember when Jamaican Rumba took the lead at the Rothmans July from the start to the end? That was an absolute amazing. Anyway, let's not get there. I'm getting carried away. Right. But as I was saying, guarding your heart, yes, your heart is something that often gets hurt. But what you surround yourself by, and I surround myself by people, but you know what? I end up getting into this trap because people talk about people, and we end up talking about people so often without even thinking about it, because that becomes a level of entertainment. Anna Maria, I really like what you're saying there. I think that everyone's interpretation of the message is different because most of us gets a message from it. Yes, and that's what I enjoy about Pastor Coral's work, is the fact that the message that comes in leaves it to your heart's interpretation. And that's why what you are seeing and what you're believing and what you're putting into your heart is what you're getting from the message. It leaves it to you to put together, which is so nice. And that's one of the things I pulled from there was gratitude, but also that surrounding yourself. What are you seeing? What are you taking in? What are you focusing on? And I know this one's going to sound bad, but if you're looking at a garden, but all you can see is the turd on the grass that the dog left, you're going to get real shit thoughts, is the bottom line. And sometimes that's all we see. But it's also the surrounding that you place yourself in that creates what you see. I mean, I tell you wonderful things about Cambodia. And it's because that's what I choose to see. I've seen people not make it over here. Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia. Now, I can tell you, to view it this way, I can tell you it's a stinky, dirty, filthy people not knowing how to drive, sidewalk packed, smelly, overcrowded, crappy place to be. And that I'd rather go and live in a location before I actually set foot in this third world dumpster. But I can also tell you that there's beautiful parks, there's lovely people, there's a certain amount of freedom and simplicity, and the people are very friendly and caring. And if you take a look at how everybody sees life and tries to do their best, obviously you do have the grumps along the way. But funnily enough, the sad part is that the most grumpy people that I've come across are the foreigners. Expats, people who stay here, are sometimes the most disgruntled people around. So that is what is beautiful to me, is that, you know what, I can go to parks, I can walk on the riverfront, I can go and have a cup of coffee on the waterfront. Things are simple, they're basic. There's no huge corporate, massive, I don't go to Spurs. I go to these little pub restaurant places that have like a couple of tables out onto the pavement and into the room, and they make lovely food. They just they're not John Dory's, Spur and things and stuff to that effect. Alfron says, yep, toxic people get out of their company. They start to change you. Alfron, I don't think you speak much truth very much, but this time I honestly must say the truth be spoken by Alfron. Mark this word. No, I'm kidding. Of course you speak the truth. I'm joking. But that is such a true word. I'm going to put that up again. Toxic people get out of their company. They start to change you without you knowing. Because next thing you are discussing somebody with them. Why? Because that is how things are happening all together. And have you ever heard the saying that be careful when you talk about people with a circle of people, because when you leave, you are the next that they will be talking about. Stay nimble, not agile. But yeah, so Durban July. Yeah, remember the Durban July. Not allowed to be Durban July. Rothman's Durban July. Met my first husband at the Durban July. Very nice. Were you one of those ladies at the circle where they did the dress ups? I'm sure you must be, because you're such an elegant lady. Clearly, Andy loves his donkey racing. Probably backed the donkey at the Durban race. Well, I must have, because I'm telling you, I didn't win anything, so I kept on backing the bloody donkeys. Also, my youngest son was born on that day as well. Jeez, while you were at the Rothmans, July. Interesting. Hope he was a stallion. My dad always said they don't put the stud out to pasture. Get the attention in the chat is great, but we wish you a subscription number that you find it hard to keep. But that is the problem. Certain amount of freedom. Yes, I'm trying to keep the chats and everything like that. But guys, I'm going to try and look. I've opened up the chat on this side over here, so that if you want me to actually focus on a chat, put like at Peppers space echo, and then it gives you that like little orange thing like White Zulu's. And she said yes, so good stuff there. And then I can see, because I'm struggling to there's a lot more people than I really expect to be on here, so I'm like trying not to oversee everybody. But yeah, yes, like Rothman's Durban July, going down memory lane. Yeah. Don't forget the movie Heart Like a Wheel. If you haven't seen Heart Like a Wheel, I wonder if there's actually maybe now I'm doing a Ronaldo, but now I want to actually see if there's a trailer for Heart Like a Wheel, and I'm still too small to actually be like a wheel. Trailer. I think the whole movie might even be on. There we go. Let's chuck that on there. I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently if there's no sound. Let's chuck that on there. I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently if there's no sound. Let's chuck that on there. Okay, I can't really hear it. Let me see if there's sound. I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently if there's no sound. Let's chuck that on there. Okay, I can't really hear it. Let me see if there's sound. I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently if there's no sound. Let's chuck that on there.
Heart Like a Wheel.
Okay, is there sound, guys? Let me see if there's sound. I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently if there's. There we go. Let's chuck that on there.
Heart Like a Wheel.
Is there sound, guys?
I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently. There we go.
Man, anywhere who's worth giving up.
Is there sound, guys?
I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently. There we go. There are too many dreams.
Anywhere
And too many
Is
choices.
there sound, guys?
I hope I've shared the sound. Tell me urgently. There we go. There are too many dreams. And too many
Is
choices.
there sound, guys? Just hang on. Just hang on. I'm going to put that over, because all you can hear me is shouting. Is there sound? Just hang on. I just want to take this off a second quickly. I just want to pause that so that you don't hear me over there, and I can try and put this thing back. Very good movie. It's
The film Newsweek magazine called one of the best American movies of the year, Heart Like a Wheel. She discovered a dream on her daddy's knee.
I can take him. I know I can.
She took the dream to heart.
I want to marry him, Pop.
There's not a man anywhere who is worth giving up your ability to take care of yourself.
I can take care of myself. I always have.
But when you're young, there are too many dreams and too many choices.
Jack, it's important if we talk about this.
Want to talk? Okay, we'll talk. Well, what do you think? You're a professional racer? Big Mama, Shirley Muldowney. It's a nice hobby, but that's all it is ever going to be. And the sooner you grow out of it, the better.
It's not a hobby.
I took it out!
I can't be with your dad anymore. Mommy loves you so much. I love you too.
Before you can be a winner, you have to put your heart on the line.
Oh, great to see you.
You got more talent than I've ever seen. All you need to go major league is to just want to.
You're going to go up against Garland?
I'm gonna win.
And you're going to be the best damn driver, and I'm going to make you top fuel champion of the whole damn world.
That is, you still want?
Heart like a wheel.
Shirley Muldowney's story is a major chapter in American auto racing history. Her story is also part of a legacy built and nurtured by the National Hot Rod Association. Stars like Big Daddy Don Garlitz, Don the Snake Prudhomme, Tom the Mongoose McEwen, and of course, Connie Coletta became household names in a sport that exploded into the American consciousness with the Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, Little Deuce Scoops, Gassers, and Rail Jobs.
Okay, let's get rid of that. Sorry, I messed that one up a little bit totally. I do apologize for that hectically. But let me just turn off my sound there so I can actually get myself right up there and I can see what you're talking about. Sorry about that. I wasn't too sure because all I could yell was myself going, is there sound? Is there sound? You need our sound. Okay, shut up. Okay, but anyway, Hot Like a Wheel, a really, really good story. Walk down memory lane if you wanted. And yeah, it's old. So if you really feel like getting the popcorn, the nostalgia and everything down, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, Alpha One before my time. Am I throwing my age away? I was very young when I saw it, by the way. So yeah, it's classic from the 1960s. There we go. So yeah, I did see it on videotape. I did not get to see it in the cinema at least. So yeah, at least it's in color, Alpha One. You can watch it. That one's in color. But yeah, so what we're talking about is what's around you and watch what people talk about you. And I find it very difficult. I have, in fact, the last few days, maybe the couple of weeks or whatever, the last week or two, tried to be a little bit conscious in what I say and what I do. Now, people go, well, you know what? You got it all wrong. You messed up again today. You failure. You've not got things right. You know, it's not to beat yourself up with every day, because that's probably the worst thing you can actually find is while you are trying to do things correctly and you do stuff up, which we sometimes royally do, is to beat yourself up for it. And it is not the fact that you beat yourself up for it that actually works out. It's a fact of the matter that you actually are cognizant and aware of the fact that you have made a mistake already makes you a success in saying, okay, I might have gone wrong or gone down the path, or you know what, while we were all talking about Billy Bob down the street who walks like he's got a carrot up his ass, I joined in and had the fun of it, etc., which we often do. But that's not really facetious gossip. That's just a little bit of fun. But what I'm saying is if you actually start facetious gossip with people, and then what happens is, whoops, next thing you're in the trap. But when you at least realize it, you've already won, because it's something that you have picked up on already, which is good, because it means you will learn to do it less and less. It's not a matter of the fact that you have messed up. It's a matter of the fact that you have messed up. I was speaking with a friend yesterday. For a long time, I haven't seen this guy, and we actually get along very, very well. And for reasons to be told later, I actually sat and had a cup of coffee with him yesterday afternoon, and we were talking about things. He says, you know what? We were actually talking about their school, and that he works at a school, and he says, we've done so well with the school, but we've made so many mistakes. I said, yeah, that's fine. It's not a problem. Making mistakes is cool. But what's important is that you've learned from those mistakes. It's not a matter that we're never going to make mistakes. We always, always, always make mistakes. But the fact of the matter is, have you learned from the mistakes that you've made? Let me just see. Buzzy's got one over here. Buzzy, I've been blessed by total strangers this last week by gifting me with love and support, crutches, etc. Now, how's that for something to be grateful for? I know you're not in the best of positions at the moment, but wow, to be able to find out that and say, hang, that is really, really cool. Well done to the strangers. Thank you very, very much. And I am so happy for you as well, Buzzy. That is really, really, really so cool. And you know, it's just something that you So many people take for granted what you've said. I've got crutches. Now, how many people go to hospital, broken leg, grab crutches, walk out? Crutches is like a must. But suddenly, when you can't, not able to, it's something that is a handicap in your way to be able to get hold of it, and it's suddenly blessed with it. Wow. You know what? That's something we really, really, really look like. Alfred, so Dylan Kummer, Elfie, you must be dead. I'm not too sure where we're going there, but I'm picking up storm peas and it's bad for my health. But it's something that we've got to teach ourselves. And I think the bottom line is the minute you don't get something right, you don't want to continue with it anymore. And it's strange, but don't stop doing what you're doing, even when it goes wrong and you realize it, because the success in the fact that you've realized that you've done something wrong is absolutely amazing, because that means you're doing something right. Because where you used to do it and not actually worry about it, or it didn't bother you, or you didn't come across and say, hey, maybe that's not right, you're now actually going, that was not cool. I should avoid that in future. And that's something that I'm trying to work, because I do end up being surrounded unintentionally. But sometimes you're at work, you're in different places, you're at church where you end up with people like that, unfortunately. And it's places that you don't want to be ending up with. And you are surrounded with the wrong focus, the wrong garbage going in. And that goes in. You need to, Debbie said it, I think it was Debbie who said it earlier, you need to guard your heart at what comes in. And you need to be careful, because more often than not, you're embarrassed to put the good stuff out there, because you won't look so cool, is it? Or people are going to frown at you or think you're not well, or, wow, hang on, this is somebody we've got to avoid because they're not cool, or they're not with us, or they are, you're not going with the crowd. Sometimes it's harder to swim upstream knowing it's the right thing to do than just to go with the flow. I know, because I try, and it's an absolute, what's the name? I'm looking at the chats and I'm thinking, okay, you know what? It's cool. Hendo says, if you fail at it, discourages folks. Yes, don't get discouraged if you fail, especially if you note a failure, because that means you've become cognizant of something. So it's not the matter of the fact that you make a fault. We're all going to make faults, and for the rest of your life, I can promise you, you are going to make faults or mistakes or whatever, encounter faults. But the matter of the fact is that you are aware. Do not be discouraged. Yes, I agree with you, Henry. That's a nice word for saying. It's discouraging. My mother taught us that if you can't say something nice about something, don't say anything or don't say nothing, which is so true. But how many of us actually have got that 100% right? And that's what sometimes, you know what, because, hey, that's the chat. So let's go. What did Anna Marie say that was true? I just see Hendo going, yes, it's true. I don't know. Oh, what your mother taught you. Yes. And Hendo says it's true. You know what? If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. But you're sitting there going, yes, but actually I heard that. No. But that happens. And it's not only about people, it's about situations. Chinese whisper, broken telephone, whatever you want to call it. Rumors, starting, things like that, can hurt people badly. Maybe not yourself, but somebody else, and you can be the cause of it. I don't know. Alfred is going into like something strange. Yeah. So wanting to strap her in a straight jacket at night. I'm watching Billions at the moment, and yeah, don't worry, we're not going to go into that. Dylan says, if you first don't succeed, try again. Here we go. Let's take a look. If at first you don't succeed, try again as you get better and learn. This is the whole thing. You need to see yourself, or give yourself at least enough credit to realize that you will never be better than everybody else. You can't get to see yourself as the high and the mighty, but you can see yourself as actually being the good. And you're good when you realize that you have made a mistake. As Dylan has said there now, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. As you get better, you will get better. The only way you get good at something is practicing. And then if you practice doing good or being the right kind of person, and everyone turn around and go, well, it's difficult. Well, nothing ever came easily, by the way. And that's my problem as well. Everything's so instant in this world, blame it on the bunny and have another instant Nesquik. Where's Buzzy? Buzzy had a thing that said, Pepper's Echo. It has shown me that people still care. I thought that I was alone and it took a lot to ask. I was totally surprised and grateful. You know what? I think people do surprise us. And I'm in love with people. That sounds very bad. But I'm in love with the nature of so many people. People say, are things going to go so bad? And I think, yes, it's going to. And then I want to get wrapped up in that conversation of doom and gloom. And then I turn around and go, but people are so tenacious. And then when you see a story like that, well done. I just take a look at you guys. You guys on here are absolutely awesome people, and wow, then you just get these awesome testimonies, which is great. It's great to hear these things. What's Alfron say? Alfron says, failure is not the opposite of success. Sorry, sounds like an old car trying to start now. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the way to success. Beautifully said, Alfron. My goodness gracious me, that's such wise words actually come from you. Is amazing. Yes, it is. It's the way to success. It's the way you achieve something. We were talking this weekend, this friend and myself, we were talking about vision and mission. And for a company or a business, or specifically we're talking about schools and that and things, but even for your life, you need to have a vision and you need to have a mission. And you need to know what they are. Now, a vision is where you want to be. If you have a vision, this is where I want to be, or where I want to have my company, my business, my school, my work, my family, whatever. If you have a vision, that is where you want it. Your mission is how you achieve your vision. Now, just to use it, first of all, don't try and sound pompous. The articulate way of turning the right angle to the triangle so that you can actually reach the star through the projectile trying, so that in the end, the combustious burning vision that we have is reached. Twat. It's the biggest load of bull I've ever heard. However, if you just make it straight out, and we were talking about school, be able to say that our vision is to be a sought after school that develops highly educated, sought after by universities, students, sought after by parents for their school to go to, with kids that are confident and educated to be able to continue through their life due to the fact of their, or something like that, but just basic. And now your mission. So you've got your vision. This is what you want to be. Now you've got your mission. Now your mission doesn't have to be some pompous sloth either. You make it basic so that it's achievable, because your mission is how you're going to get there. And what are you going to do? You know what? By employing competent people, by carrying over the message like this, by doing that, by doing this, by doing this, by doing this, and this doing like that. Because here's my vision. I want to be a wealthy man one day. Now, every vision has a mission, and if you stick to your mission, you will actually achieve your vision. And your vision usually gets set further and further because we always have goals in life. But just to use it off pat, if you are wanting to be a wealthy person or a wealthy man, that is my vision. Now, my mission, I can achieve it in different ways. I can hold up banks. I can rob people. I can commit fraud. I can do pyramid schemes. I can, take people for a ride. I can borrow money and never give it back. I can do all kinds of things like that, sell things that aren't mine, cheat people, lie, scheme, everything, so that I can become that rich man. Or I can go another mission. I can work hard. I can give up time, sometimes social time. I can give up spending money sometimes that I would have spent on things that I don't need to, so that I can invest it. Maybe I can invest in my future with my education. I can spend time on that education so that I can increase that education. I can spend less time maybe with socializing with friends where I could be, so that I can spend time on study and investment, etc., etc. And then I can wisely work my way up by learning to put away 30%, 40% of my earnings, which I will research maybe a stock market. I will research in investments. I will invest wisely. I will maybe buy some property of which I will hold on to and then sell in 10 years' time. I can do all of that and in the end become quite a wealthy person. Which one is the more moral one? So remember that when you are having a vision and you have a mission to achieve that vision, that it is moral is the next thing to go to. Where are we? Sorry, I've been trying and trying. I've reached the point where I've given up now. Kevin, I don't know. Somebody's being abused. And I'm carrying on missioning. As we all know, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never harm me. So wrong. I'm afraid I agree with you 100. I was about to say to you, that is not true. But yeah, they cut you and sting like a bee, so how you back to. I'm afraid that is the truest thing you can ever say, and I believe it, and it's happened to me. And I think sometimes maybe I have maybe said something to hurt someone badly as well. I don't think that badly, but I don't believe that words will never hurt me. Words will scar you for the rest of your life because they create an imprint on your mind. You can possibly heal a wound from a stick or a stone, but when you have an emotional or mental imprint from a word that was used against you, I think that causes more damage than physical damage, because I think physical damage can still be medically healed. Mental or emotional damage is far harsher. Dylan says a straight jacket needed, maybe a padded room. I don't know, El, for once, you've got Oaks on a tangent here on the side, bro. But yes, so we were taking a look at different things. We're looking at we just get along well, this friend and myself, and we haven't seen each other for a while. And I actually contacted him around about Tuesday, and he said, "Well, let's grab coffee for Saturday." And wow, it was a lot of fun because we got chatting about morals, about conducting or speaking to people, how do you deal with people, and having the right people in the right place. And once again, being in the right place at the right time. There is a place for everybody as long as you have people that can deal with people. So don't take somebody who can't deal with people and put them into a people's place, because you are just going to upset the shark tank. So I also said something that I think have rattled a few people's cages at times. I said, I would rather be surrounded by people who are, what's the word I looked at? Let me not, enthusiastic. Let's say capable and enthusiastic. It's not exactly my words, but enthusiasm was the words. Than people who are credited with education. Or educated. I said educated people, but obviously we want educated people around us. But bottom line is, instead of having someone with a row of credits next to their name, you know what? I have a master's, I have a BA degree, master's degree, I have this diploma, that diploma, this is my achievement, that is my achievement, this is my achievement, this is my achievement, and I am God. Okay, great. And then you have someone who says, well, I have a diploma in this, but I have done that, and I really love this. And I would rather take the person who's willing to work, who's willing to change, who's willing to actually go that extra mile, who's enthusiastic to be a team player, than what I would take this flippin' pompous snob with enough, educational credits against their name. And some people look at me and go, oh, does that mean you want uneducated people? No, it doesn't mean I want uneducated people, but it does mean I would rather deal with a capably enthusiastic person than a capably educated person. difference. I know, call it what you like. Dylan says, the world is not a good place. Protect what you love and need and work to success. Yes, and be careful about labeling success materially. Be careful about labeling success materially, and be careful about labeling success unrealistically. If you see success as winning the lottery, you have a chance of being successful, but that chance is probably 1 in a million. You don't want to give yourself those odds. But if success is waking up healthy this morning and being able to walk to the shower and getting warm water, I think you're pretty successful already. Now, I'm not saying that you should aim that low, but what I'm saying is that your gratitude of success is not aiming to win the lottery as such. Cam, what's Cam say? If you've been trying for 8 years, you reach the point where you know that you should give up. I don't know if you should give up things. Sometimes it's not giving up on something. Sometimes it's analyzing, taking a look at the perspective that you are viewing it from. Sometimes we're so busy looking at something from one side, we don't look at it from the other side. I mean, I have been a little stressed out, and I'll tell you about it later. It's just something that I can't talk about at the moment, because it's not all materialized, and it's just something that I will tell you about. It's very exciting. It's very life-changing. It's there will be changes if it takes place, but I will tell you in good time. But let's talk about perspective. I was looking, and I have some good quiet times to I'm trying to look through your messages again. Keep it simple. Message needs to be clearly received. There we go. Debbie says, your thoughts will influence your words, which determines your actions. Over time, actions will define your habits. It's these habits that will create your character, which determines your destiny. Let me put it again, because I couldn't say it better myself, Debbie. Your thoughts influence your words. So what you think is what you say. So be careful what you think. And what you think is what you focus on, by the way, and what you allow into your life and into your mind. And this will determine your actions, what you do. Over time, actions will define your habits, what you consistently do. If these habits create it is these habits that create your character. So what you consistently do is the person you consistently are or become, which determines your destiny, which means what you're going to live with. Beautifully said there. But yeah, I have these like little quiet time chats and things like that. And sometimes I get really carried away because I love just having this real talk. And I'm like, you know what, Lord, if you are going to work with me, then for heaven's sake, if I'm going to take on something, then don't tell me that you'll open the door if it's there and close the door if it's not, because I'm tired of banging my head against the closed door. You know what? If it's not somewhere right, no entry, and so we just don't go down that passage. Then somebody said last week as well, you got to trust your gut and things like that. So you start going down. Mel, how's it going, Mel? I haven't seen you, so let me say hello. But so then you end up doing something, and somewhere along the line, I did listen. You see, I do listen to you guys. You know, I don't just sit here and talk. I do listen to you as well. So you do a little bit of gut trusting, and wow. The doors suddenly open to the point where I was pretty anxious, and I have different decisions to make to what I was deciding whether, you know what, is it going to or is it not going to? Now I have different decisions. As I said, I can't tell you more than that, but wow. And yeah, trying to do the right thing suddenly makes you feel that you deserve what you get. But remember, doing the wrong thing also makes you feel that you deserve what you get. So be careful for being a deserving person. And when we say doing the right thing, it doesn't mean that you are perfect, that you are not making mistakes, that you are not faltering, that you're not falling over yourself or whatever. It doesn't mean that you've got to become antisocial, that you've got to go against the grain and suddenly, you know what? Skirts below the knees. Ladies, I love the skirts in the middle of the legs, in the middle of the thighs. Don't put them below the knees. It's not going to change who you are. I didn't say that, but all I'm saying is it's not going to change the type of person you are. The type of person is how you treat people, how you speak to people, and how you are genuinely. You know what? Instead of being false, be genuine. Somebody said something about Alfront. Yeah, you have been a star, Alfront. You really, you've been so interactive. Let's take a look here. What put you in, what you get out? EREO. E equals R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. Change your response. Look at the event. Think of the correct position, the correct positive response to the right outcome. I'm going to do that over because I think I just confused everyone. What you put in is what you get out. So E equals R equals O. Your event plus your response is equal to your outcome. So what happens and what you do about it or how you react to it is the outcome of what the situation is. Change your response, how you respond to a certain outcome at a certain event. Look at the event, think of the correct positive response, so re-look at it, and then take a look at how you should react, and then you will come to the right outcome. Debbie, tell me if I've actually seen that right or summarized that correctly. Yeah, even Hendo took a shot on that one. That's a lot of Einstein formula for Sunday. Mel, my 2 cents worth is always to be yourself. Not everyone will like you, but that's their problem, not yours. Never give up. Yes, I agree with you to a certain extent. Be yourself always. But I do not agree with these. I see them a lot on Facebook. I don't care. I don't give a damn. You like me, you're okay. If you don't, just F off. You know what? You've also got to be an approachable person. It's what you've got to be. You can't just like, you know what, I'll be a rude, hard-nosed bastard, and if you don't like it, you can go and lump it because I will tell you the truth straight to your funny face. And I'm like, no, that is not what you're looking at. What you're looking at is, am I approachable? Or do you feel that you can talk to me about how you feel? And if you are able to talk to me about how you feel, and we do feel indifferent about something, we can agree to disagree. And that doesn't mean that we have to be best of friends. We obviously aren't cut out to be in form, in gelled with everybody. But we don't have to be rude, hard-nosed, arrogant toss asses. Sorry, that word dropped out. But yeah, we don't have to. Rhino, I didn't have water. How's it, Rhino? I didn't have water this morning. Warm water. Okay, Rhino, well, let's change the gratitude action on your side there. Let's be grateful you had water. Geez, things happen. I mean, the power went off last night for about not even 5 minutes. And I was like, oh. And then I thought, when the power went on, it was like, wow, really inconvenient. And then I had to think of the people in South Africa that actually have it go for like 4 hours at a time. I thought, well, that was good. So, yeah, I think we're going through a lot. I'm just going to finish off with a couple of things. Yeah, hi, Raina. Trying to get everyone. Dylan Combrook agreed. Once your attitude, here we go. What did Dylan say? Yeah. Agreed. Once your attitude and perspective changes from doom and gloom, the rest will come right. Although, guys, let me add to that as well. I just want to add one thing as well. See, no content prepared, but easily covered, an hour chat. Hendo, you guys are absolutely awesome the way you do things. I just actually want to go through another chat, and I don't see it over here. So Buzzy says, you see, you have created content with this live stream. Thank you. It's called Class and Style. Agreed. Stay genuine. 100% Pepper's Echo's magic formula to run the course correct once live. Guys, what I want to say now, where was I looking? Cormrank agreed. Once your attitude and perspective changes. But what I wanted to say is, it's easily said. It's easily said because you need to fit in with society. Unfortunately, we do live in a changing society, and you've got to step up with the times. You can't all live in the past, but you can decently live in the present, and you can decently aim for the future. So let me start wrapping this up. Unless there's something that I haven't seen or should see or need to see, I've just shot through everything. First of all, I'd like to say that it is not easy. But then anything that you do is not easy. Putting a roof over your head is not easy. Asking for help is not easy. Putting food on your table is not easy. Working for the money that you earn that sometimes doesn't cover everything is not easy. Being the person you need to be is not easy. There's many people that we want to be. So I was very careful with saying need to be. Because we want to be superstars, we want to be the action, we want to be the hard ass, we want to be many people. But the person you need to be is not easy. Changing your perspective from where you are is not easy. I struggle with it every single day. As I said, I've just been concentrating really, really hard on basically not beating myself up for when I slip up, because I'm trying to be the person I need to be, but I'm trying not to beat myself up for not, or giving up is the next thing. Don't give up because you didn't get it 100%. As I said, I'm this A to Z person. If I can't see Z, I don't want to start at A. And so it doesn't mean you need to become strange. There are stranger things. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't mean you need to become strange. Like you need to make a, you don't need to be a monk walking around the place or a nun or something like that. I mean, that's why they have those positions. They do that, not you. But you can be a totally cool, social, nice person, have fun, etc., without being facetious, without being arrogant, without being rude. You can be the life of the party. If that is your vision, your mission can be the life of the party with doing the right thing. No one has said that you're not allowed to be the life of the party. No one has said that you can't be a funny, happy person. But all I'm saying is sometimes being that person is difficult. And as Debbie said, you need to concentrate on making it a habit, because that will make the character. Your character is what people respect, not what you falsely throw out. And that is difficult. Sometimes having to take a look from a different perspective is difficult. Where's Mel say? Asking for help sucks, mostly because people tend to either judge or think you're trying to fleece them. This is why I say nothing is easy. Even putting your hand out and saying, I need help, is difficult. But sometimes we need to do it. We need to take the step of continuing to do things. Most things in life is challenging. Life can be tough. Your mindset needs to be right if you want to succeed. Well done. Thank you very much. It all starts here, guys. It starts here. And you've got to stop beating yourself up here so that you can start building yourself up here. I know Joyce Myers wrote a book. I never read that book. I'm sometimes judgmental on Joyce Myers, but now I'm going against what I was saying. But she said battlefield of the mind, and I think that's what we all battle with sometimes. Go well, be kind to number one, and thankful for life's blessings. Many thanks. Always good. So I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to say, guys, I think you're all awesome. Alpha One, you were like freaking Gandhi today. I don't know what you fell out of, but yeah, you smoked something. I'm kidding. Thank you very much for your input. Debbie, Mel, White Zulu, Dylan, Alpha One, Hendo, always, Buzzy, thank you so much. Who have I missed out? Linda, Mel, crumbs. If I've forgotten you or if I'm not, I'm trying to scan through the things. But thank you so very, very much for everybody who's been here, who's been on the stream. I think being the person you need to be, taking in and focusing on what you need to. And if your focus isn't working for you, don't be disillusioned. Change your perspective, but also be consistent. And if consistency hasn't worked, change your perspective. But none of this is easy. As we have said, forming a habit doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes takes more than the 21 days that I should say motivational writers say it takes, but forming a habit is definitely necessary. However, it's very, very important that you don't beat yourself up for what you find yourself doing wrong, because especially if you realize that you have fluffed up, it is what it is. I think the celebration there is that you've realized that you've messed up, and that you should say, good on you. You noted it. Let's not do it next time. And sometimes there is a next time. And you know what? If you at least realize that, you will find that the habit is doing it less, because suddenly it starts to form a nice taste in your mouth when you actually don't spew what you need to spew, and you actually look at what you need to look at. Gives you that warm and fluffy feeling inside of you. So don't give up on yourself. It's the most important thing. Have a vision for yourself, and make sure that the mission that you're following is moral. Not easy, but at least it is moral. And do what you need to be. Be what you need to be. Do what you need to do. As you saw, just even sticking a hand out for help isn't easy. So don't think anything in life is easy, but it is necessary. Necessary for your sanity, necessary for yourself, necessary for the people around you, and necessary for all you absolutely awesome, wonderful, over the top, absolutely majestic, phenomenally fantastic, down memory lane, subconsciously great, mind-blowing people right out there, every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Take care. Remember, be good. And if you can't be good, at least be kind. Take care.